Hello everybody, how are you all doing tonight? I wanted to do an update. Hopefully it'll be a quick one, and you guys know my standards by quick. Maybe less than 15 minutes this time. So it's now, what's the date? I don't even know. It's Tuesday, February the 20th, 8 p.m. Central Standard Time, and we're going to talk about Bitcoin. So I'm just going to pull up my Steemit here to review what we were talking about last time, right? I'm just going to actually save the picture and we'll go from there. Alright. So, I was talking about this right here possibly being the end of the wave. And the way we talked about it was like this. We wanted to go over some theory. And we wanted to go over some theories such as an ending diagonal is a special type of wave that occurs primarily in the fifth wave position at times when the preceding move has gone too far too fast. So these ending diagonals is also known as a bearish rising wedge. And when these rising bearish wedges break, they usually retrace into the wave 4 territory right here. And I'm just going to pull up my chart here as well. So this was the ending diagonal that I was talking about, where this was wave 1, 2, 3, 4, and now 5 right over here, okay? So I'm kind of on the fence right now about where we are in the process, and I'm going to explain to you guys some of the drawbacks of Elliott waves, okay? And it's going to make a lot of sense to you guys. So we count this right here as 1, 2, 3, 4, and is that 5? Okay, so here is the debate right now with this, okay? The debate is this right here as an Elliott wave titian. Elliott wave titian. That's a funny word. Elliott wave titian. I'm coining that word. Okay, so is this the fifth wave right around there, right? That's what we want to figure out right now. We want to see where is the fifth wave, and I'm going to deduce it with you guys together during this entire video, okay? So we want to find out if that right there is the fifth wave. And let me show you guys how we deduce this, all right? So first of all, we try to count our 5 waves basically right in here, right? This is wave 1, that's 2, that's 3, that's 4. So we are trying to find out one of 2 possible scenarios right now, okay? The first one is this right here the right wave count? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? Or do we have a possible additional wave count like this? Where this one, we're going to break it down right here. And then we're going to count this one in here instead. 1, 2, and is that 3? Is this 4? And there's another 5th one somewhere up there, not that one right there, okay? And this is how we break it down as an Elliott wave analyst, and this is how I do it. First of all, we follow these rules that wave 4 cannot retrace into the wave 1 territory. Because right now, we've got 3 waves. There's no doubt about it that we have 3 waves, okay guys? Please keep this in mind, that we've got 3 waves right now, and let me zoom in very close, right? So we don't know if, actually I'm going to zoom out further so you guys can see more. Let's go to this time frame right here. Let's create some of our parallel lines right here, okay? That we've been drawing these parallel lines pretty much all day, right? And it has proven very successful thus far, and I think that it's very reliable to count on them like that. So that is a parallel line right there, and I will also go to a higher time frame and zoom out as well. Now this is a really important lesson, guys. This is probably one of the most important lessons that I can think of that I've had in a long time, because these are the moments that are very rare and we simply do not know how to count it, all right? So please pay attention to this. What we're trying to figure out once again is this the right wave count right here, okay? Right there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or is basically this the right wave count right here? Right? Like that. And we don't really know, because if we look inside of here, it can be one of 3 things, okay? Let's say that this was the right count right here, okay? We're going to basically sit here and do this together. We are going to take a look at 2 things. One, this is wave 1 territory. We are going to assume that the wave cannot break into that territory, okay? It cannot break into this territory right there. So we're going to assume that this is the final count. If we do assume this, then what we will assume as well is that this one breaks downwards and gets below here. This one actually overlaps it, which concerns me right now, but I will show you why that could actually be generally acceptable, okay? So bear with me here. So if we go down like this, we see that they do overlap into the wave 1 territory, But if you guys actually go to a higher time frame, what you'll see is that only the wicks have interaction, which makes it very acceptable as well in these types of leveraged markets, right? So let's say that we took our fib extension right here, and we did this. What we'll see, first of all, is that the wave 3 did a one-to-one exact hit. A perfect exact hit, pretty much, just like last time. Now, this could be, if this actually ends up breaking this wave 1 territory right there by a lot, and also breaks this wave 3 bottom, then this one now becomes a very valid count, where we target right here. And then now we actually assume an overall bearish trend, because we're now retracing. So a lot of people are actually doing this, and I don't recommend this at all, guys, okay? I'm going to explain to you guys Elliott wave from the perspective of Fibonacci. So Fibonacci says this, you got to go Fibonacci, Fibonacci, Fibonacci. You got to use that tool of yours just like that, okay? So if this was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, what you guys got to make sure is you take Fibonacci of wave 2 only for wave 1 territory. You take Fibonacci of wave 4 only for wave 3 territory, and then you take Fibonacci of wave 5, okay, for the entire structure. Now, so if you take your Fibonacci tool here now for wave 5, if this was actually all of it, right, that would be okay for just the first subwave. But if this was indeed the top right now, then what we would do is take our Fibonacci for the entire 5 subwaves according to Elliott wave, okay? That's what we would actually do. So now we got to zoom in on a very close time frame. So once again, we don't know, guys. Nobody knows right now exactly what this is, okay? Let's take our Fibonacci extension tool right here. Fibonacci extension from 1 to there. What we see is this actually makes an exact one-to-one hit, right? And the 168.1 hit is somewhere right down over there. Let me just draw out these trend lines a little bit better for us. Something like that, I would say, just to make sure we get all of it, even from wick to wick. So what we notice is that the one-to-one extension was hit with precision. And now is the 161.81 going to be hit with precision? Good question, right? And now this could be a valid count, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, if this one here was actually 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 as well. But let's say that I'm actually counting it wrong and I missed something, guys. Well, that wouldn't be good. And the way we would actually end up counting it instead would be like this. Let's say that this was not a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I hope you guys are following my reasoning here, okay? Elliott wave, excuse me, requires a lot of deduction skills, and you have to be able to deduce what is going on by a series of systematic flows of different paths. And the way that I'm seeing this right now is that it could also be simply an ABC, because we do have 3 waves, right? We do have 3 waves like that. That could be ABC, right? And this could be the beginning of a new subwave going up. And if that was the beginning of a new subwave going up, then this actually would be 4 right down over here. I'm just going to draw it loosely. 5, we would actually get another touch somewhere up there, okay? So that would be 3, okay? I'm just going to delete this right here. I'm going to delete the ABC as well. And then we get another 5th wave somewhere up over there. So right now it is really up in the air how you're drawing it, right? I'm not, oh sorry, that's not like that right there. That's not right at all. If I said that earlier, my apologies. I was talking about this right here, okay? I was talking about this one right in here. Is this right here, waves 1, 2, 3, 4 right there, and is that 5 right there, okay? That's what we're debating right now. Is that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? But, or is this actually it right here? Make sense so far? Because if this one makes sense as well, we could get one more impulse wave up. Very well, we could get one more impulse wave up. And if this was the right count right here, then this one would actually be ABC. Because we're only on the 3rd wave down, this is where a lot of Elliotticians, right? If this was right here, then this could be the beginning of a first subwave of some sort if we bounce, right? Just as an example, I'm just drawing it out, okay? And then, you know, we get another huge wave going up like that somewhere where we hit a trend line, so say 12K. Now, you guys always got to make sure, how do we figure it out as an Elliott wave trader, okay? How do we figure out what is right and what is possibly wrong, right? So this is 5 subwaves in here, and we can get another 5 waves going up like that, right, to finish the wave count. I'll show you guys how we figure this out and how we deduce it. Elliott wave traders are extremely patient, I would say, or they should be. So we take some of these rules into account. This is wave 1 territory, and we make sure that we believe in this rule. Wave 4 cannot retrace into the territory of wave 1 by more than a wick, right? By more than a wick in a leveraged market. So if this was indeed wave 4 only, then it would have bounced off of it, right? And then it would make this count valid of 1, 2, 3, this would be 4, and we get a 5th one up there. That would be a completely valid count, and there would be, you know, I'm just going to draw it hyperbolically. You know, that would be ABC, somewhere like that. Don't mind the slope. I'm just using it as an example, okay, guys? And then that would be ABC. Now, if it wasn't ABC, then what we will actually get is this will be the 3rd wave right here, okay? And then the 5th wave has already happened right there. Or sorry, this is the 5th wave that's already happened right there, and all of it is confirmed. And now what we wait for is a break below this line. So we wonder to ourselves, is it going to break this line? And then if it does break this line right there, then we can confirm with 100% certainty that the 5 waves will be occurring, right? So this is the main break line where it gives us confirmation of whether it's ABC or whether it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And this one only retraces by a wick, you guys gotta understand, right? So far. Take a look, right? It's only by a wick, so these rules are absolutely acceptable right now. In fact, it might even make a leading first wave diagonal. That's why everything is on the fence right now, and we just gotta kind of hang tight. We just gotta hang tight and just wait to see what's going on, so I can confirm my wave count. So then, if this is indeed an official downtrend, we will have broken this wave 1 territory, and most likely, this will actually be an entire first wave. And then we will get something like this in here instead, and let me show you guys how it's going to work. So sometimes as an Elliott wave trader, I don't play, guys. I don't play the possible bounces after the 3rd wave, right? I play down to the 3rd wave, and I'm good. And then after that, it's all up in the air, guys. It really is all up in the air. I'm just checking something really quickly here. Yeah, it seems to be pretty low right now. It just seems like it wants to come down. So if this was indeed the right count right here, where it was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, then we would be taking our Fibonacci for the, excuse me there, we would be taking our Fibonacci for the entire structure, okay? And yeah, this wave 1 will definitely offer resistance down here, right? So we would probably get something like, who knows, I'm just being hyperbolic to show you guys, okay? Usually what happens is it likes to fall into the wave 4 territory, right around there. That's usually what happens. But in this case, the wave 4 was too bullish and it didn't retrace that much. So then we would most likely get to this trend line somewhere and bounce, right? Who knows? It could be something like this. I'm just extending it just to be hyperbolic and embellish, all right? But what we do as a hard support is we take our 9,074 as our hard support right there, okay? Because it does not retrace into wave 1 territory, the ABC. If it does, then we would consider it on wave 1, wave 2. Actually, yeah, I could. Who am I kidding here? I'm talking about wave 4 rule. Never mind. Confused myself. So we would use this as a hard support, first of all. And we would probably use this as a hard support as well, where we can expect a bounce off of here, which I don't think it will hold. But the most relevant support line right now to take note of is right here, guys. And you guys must make note of this, okay? Is definitely going to be right around this level. I should probably draw it a lot better here. Let's go back to our tool over here. So let's say that this was waves 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like that, okay? We wonder where the heck is the next line gonna end up being? Most likely right on the resistance. Does that make sense? And we also take our Fibonacci extension, and what we see is that roughly, right, it's roughly around right there, 10,300 to 10,500 ranges, right on the channel support of the first one. So if this actually ends up making 5 official subwaves like that, that would now be called A, right? This whole thing right here would actually be called A. And let me draw it out for you guys on a different time frame, okay? So this whole thing would be A right there. I'm just going to make note of this point right there, all right? So let's do it. It would be called A, and who knows, B could be somewhere up there, and then C could be down there. Or it could actually be a greater degree as well, where that's 1, slightly bounce off of it, 2, right? I'm just being hyperbolic once again, 3, 4, and then 5 coming down like that. That's a possibility as well. So I'm just trying to teach you guys how Elliott wave traders think, right? And because that now makes an A, B, C like that, or sorry, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, now we would expect some sort of B bounce, right? Some sort of B bounce and then possibly a C bounce like that. That is how Elliott waves work, guys, where the 5 waves coming down, or it could be 3 waves as well, right? It could be like a 3, 5, or sorry, a 3, 3, 5 type of structure as well. So there's so many different variables to consider as an Elliott wave trader. So I'm just more so using this video as an educational video, okay, guys? Now we're basically just gonna look together right here to see what's going on. Now, I played some pretty big positions today. I transferred everything back to my margin account already, or sorry, back to my exchange account. And now I'm only playing 1 to 2 Bitcoins again for these small day trading positions. So yeah, I'm definitely doing pretty well today, I have to admit. I can't complain about it. You guys want to see me make a live trade? Here, you guys can see me make a live trade. Hang on, I hope you guys didn't see that part right there. I don't think you guys did. Okay, I had to close my stuff there. So I'm up like 70 bucks right now. Let's just go. I honestly, guys, I assumed it was bearish. I'm not really a big bull. I'm not bullish at all. Do you guys want to see me make $100 right here? Alrighty, it actually, no, it actually closed my position here already. Darn, that really sucked. I couldn't even show you guys my profit. Actually, yeah, I still have it up here. So this is what I do all day, guys. Yeah, so that was an easy trade. So I had to edit a little bit there because I had some stuff that was showing there. But yeah, anyways, that is honestly all I wanted to show you guys, okay? It's pretty easy to make money in the market when you just learn how to read these indicators, right? So I was playing some really large positions today, a little bit outside of my comfort zone because I haven't played those kinds of positions in a really long time. So I had to transfer everything back to my funding account there, put into funding for the margin to prevent myself from playing it, right? Because yeah, it's a lot better that way and to be safe. So now I'm going to reduce my position sizes from what I was playing earlier today, between 5 to 10 Bitcoin, to probably 1 to 2 Bitcoin. So instead of like 50 to 100K, I'm just going to tone down and play like maybe 20K at most. I think that's a lot more reasonable for my end right now. You know, I break a sweat, right, whenever I play really large positions, and I don't think anybody really likes that too much, okay? Yeah, so other than that, let's talk about this again, okay? Let's talk about this again, where we're trying to confirm if this is now the wave count here, and we're just waiting for a decisive break. We're waiting for a decisive break below this line right now, or we're waiting for a decisive break for the wave 1 territory, which is pretty much right around there, okay? So we're now in a no trade zone, in my personal opinion, because I don't know which count is valid, okay? I don't know which count is valid, so I'm pretty bare, I have to admit. I think this is the right count right now, and we're just going to end up coming down, right? 1, 2, 3, this is probably 4, and there's probably a 5th one somewhere down there. So if there is a 5th one, we could probably expect it to touch somewhere between 10,425, if that is the actual valid count right now. See, this is for scalping, guys. Like, you guys saw me for my position here, right? I'll just show you guys this one. I'm trying to find, I gotta close this right here. Yeah, okay, so here's the one, right? The one right here where I shorted it from 101 and I closed it around right here. Like, this was the price. I just left 0.01 for you guys to see the profit there, right? So I made an easy $70, $80 profit in front of you guys. And you guys notice how it's bouncing back up already here, right? It's bouncing back up. So I'm playing the scalping game, guys. And it's that accurate sometimes when you're playing in a low time frame. So once again, guys, is this A, B, C right here? And then we're starting our impulse wave up, right? If that was the right count right now, then we know for a fact that this wave 5 is wrong, okay? I know I'm reiterating a lot, but you guys really need to understand, if you're going to get into Elliott wave, some of the issues with it. So is that right here? 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, okay? Is that a possible count right there? I'm going to make this one very small now. So this is where I'm literally on the fence, and I don't think anybody can really predict it, right? Because the Elliott waves, guys, they don't lie. So if this is the right count, we will expect a lower one right here, somewhere like that down there. Okay, here's what I'm referring to right now, guys, okay? I just saved the picture because it's easier. Here's the bearish scenario. This is called a no trade zone, basically, right now, okay? A decisive break below the previous low of 10,851 will confirm the bearish scenario, and we assume that all 5 waves, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, has been completed, and it will most likely test this channel support range right here. That is very, very important to understand that. And then we have the bullish scenario as well right now. In these cases, we basically wait for confirmation. And the bullish scenario is that this is now waves 1, 2, and we just finished 3, and we're basically waiting for the 4th wave to finish, right? And the support has been found, and we do not enter wave 1 territory further, which confirms Elliott wave rules that wave 4 does not retrace into wave 1 territory. So then a decisive break above basically 11,300, not this one, I'll correct this one, above 11,300 right here will confirm an uptrend, okay? It will confirm that we are going to be starting a 5th wave going up somewhere. So now we're kind of on the fence right now. So what are my plans? My plans are basically to wait to see exactly where this is going to end up going. Okay, so I don't exactly know. Sorry, I might have said it wrong before. I just changed up my trend line here. So a decisive break above 11,300 will confirm a bullish scenario. So we don't exactly quite know yet right now based on Elliott waves, right? So we're just kind of hanging tight to see. Now, let's say that this was a bullish scenario. It would most likely trend somewhere around 12K, I'm guessing. I really can't see it breaking above the channel resistance. Now, let's say we were in a bearish scenario, okay? In a bearish scenario, you guys might not want to hear this right now, but I'm going to talk about all different possible paths because the 5th wave is pretty much done or almost done, right? Based on pure deduction of using Elliott waves, what we're going to basically do is this right here. Let me show you guys. Give me a sec. So if this was a bearish scenario, guys, we're going to be correcting a lot. And you got to understand how Elliott waves work, okay? Once all 5 corrective waves are done, we start downtrending, guys, right? So you guys have to really understand that. I'm not creating FUD or anything right now. And we're just going to go based off of the key resistance zones. We're going to assume a small bounce at the 382 level, no doubt about it. So this could be a possible support zone right here, okay? I'm just going to, a possible support zone temporary. I really doubt it'll hold. Honestly, I really doubt that it will hold because nothing is really that bullish, guys. We've already made 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5th touch already on the trend line, right? So how could we possibly really assume that it's really that bearish or it's sorry, that bullish right now? Just doesn't really make sense to me right now. So then if we do end up touching this trend line, I'm sure we'll bounce slightly off of it, right? A lot of people will probably take a chance to go long there because they might just think, I don't know why they would, but you know what? A lot of people might not have the Elliott wave experience with Fibonacci. So it does make sense for people to actually do that as well. And I can't blame them, right? For wanting to do something like that. So we're being pushed down right now. I just see it being pushed down quite a bit right now already. As you guys can see it being pushed down too right here, right? There's a lot of pressure to go down. And we'll go over indicators as well. I just needed to make sure that you guys understand how Elliott waves work. And then the next support zone is pretty much around this region here, the 382 fib, you can see. Actually, we'll see, yeah, we'll see that right around these zones right here, which is really not likely to hold in my opinion. And the next zone is definitely wave 1 territory right there at the 0.5 fib level. That's where I most likely think it will bounce if we actually end up downtrending to here, right? Because I know you guys might not want to hear that, but I'm just deducing based on pure charts. You got to understand, okay? This is just pure charts talking. It's not FUD or anything like that in the least, okay? So we have to be able to consider all scenarios with retracement. Sure, it's possible that we bounce off of this trend line and it holds, and then we simply just go upwards, but we also have to consider that there are many different levels of support. Let's also consider the 382 region as support right here, okay? Let's just consider all views. let's say that that was a support range 1 right here, like right at the channel. That's support range 2 as well, okay? Right here at the 382 fib level. And this is support range 3 right here at the 382 fib level. And you know what? It is possible, like don't get me wrong, it is absolutely possible for us to have entire wave failures, right? And who knows? I don't even want to count this because you guys are just going to crap on me for saying it. But it's not really uncommon for things to retrace an entire Fibonacci level of 618 to the golden pocket range. I mean, that's not really uncommon either or unheard of, right? So as much as I would like to leave things off the table, I'm more so looking at all possible scenarios right now, so to give you guys an idea of where it could possibly land based on both bull and bear markets. And I think I've deduced it and argued it pretty well in terms of figuring out, hey, if this is the bearish scenario, these are the possible support zones right now, right? Where wave 5 is entirely done. If this is not the bearish scenario, then we could be looking at a possible, we'll say 12,250, where we get one more possible wave, right? 12,250 to even, who knows, maybe 12, I don't want it to be longer than wave 3 here, because the fifth wave characteristics of Bitcoin is usually does not have an extended fifth wave, right? So I don't want it to be more than a 1-to-1 extension. This seems like a decent extension. I mean, this is the bullish scenario right here, where I think it can go up to 12,500, maybe 2,250 to like right around these ranges at the most, okay? That is my personal opinion of both bearish and bullish views right now. So if that goes up there, maybe 12,250, maybe 12,500, right? And this is the bearish view where it could fall into one of these support zones down over here. So I got to make sure you guys understand all this. So if we confirm that it is an uptrend, I think that around the 12,000 or sorry 11,300 range will have confirmed it, because then we'll have bounced heavily off of this support range 1 of Fibonacci, where wave 4 does not retrace into wave 1 territory by more than a wick, right? And then we'll get our final fifth subwave in here, then we get our correction, right? So that's the bullish view right there. And then the bearish view is that we actually break down below right here, the 10,851 range, and we try to find support at the fib level 236 here, at the channel support. And if that doesn't hold, then most likely we just end up downtrending, right? So I just want to give you guys both my bear and bull scenarios. So I hope you guys appreciate these views. I'm not here to give you guys any predictions, okay? I'm just here to talk about my general thoughts and what's going on. If you guys appreciate these videos, I would really appreciate an upvote. I've said appreciate like 9 times, sorry. Make sure you guys upvote it on Steam it. And I'd really like it if you also shared, and make sure you like, subscribe to my material on YouTube and on Twitter as well. If you guys aren't following me on YouTube, Twitter, and on Twitter, you're missing out on a lot of the best of both worlds out there. And if you guys are making a killer off of my plays, consider donating to the doggy cryptocurrency piggy bank. I don't need you guys to do it, but everybody loves it when someone buys them a lunch or a beer in the cryptocurrency piggy bank there. Other than that, guys, you have a great day, and thank you very much for watching my video. Bye now.